Okay, so we've got our 84 good cases now that we've ran in the die and that we also ran the dedicated expander mandrel in. And we're getting ready. Before we put primers in those or powder, we need to establish max soft seat jam and our cartridge overall length. So the reamer was set up for these 275 grain hammer bullets, right?
Correct.
And so for a minute here, I was going to use, these are our sacrificial bullets we're going to use to blow out the cases. But I measured them, and the way that they're shaped and stuff, I want to use, I think it's smarter to use the bullets that the reamer was set up for to get that measurement. So what we did is, these are sacrificial cases. It was from that other bunch that he had experimented on over there. So what we did is we ran the expander mandrel into all of these, and these measure about 357 on the inside. Well, it's still pretty tight. I wished I had another expander mandrel that was larger so that I could get less neck tension, because when we put this in the gun and try to put pressure on it, we want it to slide in the case. We want it to go a little bit deeper because that's how we're going to establish our measurement. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some lube on this. And these bullets, the actual diameter, that when this comes up to 358 on these driving bands, is where the actual full 358 diameter of the bullet is. So, oh crap, I don't have a bullet seater. So, well, you're going to have to bear with me here for a second. I kind of... Whoa, what is that? What the heck is that?
What's that?
Put your finger in there and don't get cut.
Yeah, that's where that's a little notch with that ring to keep that sliding.
Yeah, but is that going to put a big giant gouge in the case or not?
I don't think so. I've never had it done before. It keeps that thing from falling out.
Wow, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So you're saying it goes, in other words, they've got such a big hole in there that it goes by it. Yeah. I don't, there's a lock ring around the outside of this, and they've got it set in that hole right there. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, well, same deal. We don't know where we're at here, so... It's a good thing this press has a pretty big window in it. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, right there. I got a little wee bit. Alright, so best way to do this, easiest way, is just hold a bullet up beside it. And see, it just barely went in the case. So what I'm going to do is, rather than messing with the top stem, I'm just going to turn the die. And see where we're at. Okay, I got a little bit there. So now I'm going to turn this. Okay. When you set these up, about where did you put it?
Equal to the neck shoulder junction.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we know it's long right there,
yes.
Right? We're assuming it is. Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit further. But I want it to be long. I mean, that's the whole idea. Alright, so watch. So what he's saying is he set it up about there. Now, that doesn't mean the reamer is exactly there. So what I'm going to do here is, let's take a measurement. It's about 4288. Actually, remember that number, 4286. You gonna write it? They want to write it down. Mickey, reach up there and get a tablet for him. Okay. There's a tablet right up there. Oh, he's got paper. Write that down. 4286. And by the way, if you've never used a bullet comparator before, the amount of space from the edge of here, can you zoom in, Vicki? If I hold this? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, the amount of space from the bottom edge of this bullet comparator to the front edge of the case, this much bullet is basically what they call freebore in the chamber itself. So that's the amount that the bullet is not touching. So anyways, the measurement is, and that wasn't a very good explanation. 42, what did I tell you?
86.
Yes, 4286. All right, so, and I hope, like I said, we have a lot of neck tension, more than I want. All right, so what we're going to do is...
What's the neck on that? Not you seated one.
Oh, yes, we should do that. That's a good idea. All right, so measure the cartridge loaded neck diameter. Get over here, Vicki. So it's 0.385, and in the gun itself, the chamber, the neck in the chamber is 388. So we've got 3 thousandths total clearance. That's 1.5 on the side. All right, now let's see what we got here, and let's hope this works. And let's hope we don't stick a bullet, because sometimes you do. So keep the gun vertical. Oh, I didn't like that.
No pressure.
Well, it hardly touched. I didn't like that at all. I expected it to push it back, right? And I don't think it did. So the number's going to be longer than that. That doesn't make any sense. What was the number?
4286.
It pulled the bullet back out. 4286.
Correct.
And then now we're at 4296. So it grabbed the bullet here. Let's do that again. Watch this. Yes, it pulled the bullet back out. It pulled the bullet out of the case. So let's see if we got the same number here. We do not. It doesn't make a bit of sense. What the heck's going on here? I didn't touch the die. Okay. The number now, write this down so we can follow along. We're at 4290. So obviously it pulled it out. Give me that gun back again. See, I can tell it's not tight against. I mean, it's touching, but it's not tight against. I wonder if that has anything to do with those driving bands on there. It's like slipping over them. It never moved it. If anything, maybe it pulled it out just a hair. 4290. So, well, there's an easy way to do this. Watch. I'm going to back this off. I'm going to back it off quite a bit. So, same bullets. That seems kind of strange. That went easy rather than tight. Alright, now this one is the whole way out at 4373, which should be way long, because here's the thing though. That's barely down in the dang case. I mean, alright, let's try that. You know what? It's It's the exact opposite of what I said. We need more neck tension. It's moving the bullet too easy. Because I could feel it. I could feel it. Touch it. There, let's see if it... Yeah. It never moved it. So it's pulling it... What was the number? Look.
373.
It actually pulled it out a little bit. Right back to where it was. You know what? Wonder if I can pull this with my hand. No. No, I can't pull it with my hand. I want to see if I could turn it too. And I can't. It's those driving bands is what's going on. It's going like it's riding them and then like going like that. So we're gonna have to pull these.
Here.
Here, I'll put it.
You know what? Go ahead, give me that. What are you doing there, Vicky?
Filming.
Does that have the right collet in it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we're gonna have to pull these. It's gonna mess up my where I had my bullet seeder though now. Here's gonna be the thing too. Are we gonna have enough room?
You should have.
Huh?
You should have.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay, so can't hear you.
You may have to hold the internal.
Jeez, come on here. I don't know. Here, you look at that.
You know, just
It doesn't want to go in there. I mean, how far do you usually push it in?
it just enough to grab it. So once you tighten this down, this
Right,
thing will shrink
right.
and just pop it right out, or with a handle.
I don't know. I don't like this type of... I mean, that's all the further it goes in.
Let me see.
And it's loose.
Yeah, it's 35 cal.
You know? Here, let me see
Yeah.
that. Let me see the collet.
That's it.
Yeah, my collets will go way down on the bullet. Like that.
Gotcha.
Here. Oh, I probably won't be able to put that... Yeah, I won't be able to do that. Well, wait a minute. Will this... I have to lock it. Nope. I do not like this, Sam. I am. I do not like this at all. Do you normally have to lock the set screw on it?
Yes. Well, I know I lock the ring. I don't lock the set screw. The set screw stripped.
What do? Use a wrench on it?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I don't know if I have a wrench that'll reach around that. Yeah, I don't like this. Okay. Alright, well, we got the bullet. Well, that's no good. Then how do you get it to come back out? It's turning the whole die.
Is it?
It's not. I have to. I cinch that lock ring.
This. Yeah, it's turning the whole die there. I don't like that, not at all. Well, while we got it in there, we should probably pull both of these. Yeah, I don't like that at all. You need to get that old Hornady one I have up there.
Yeah.
That thing works so nice, but I don't have the right collet for 35. No, this bites. I don't know where I put it. I've got one of those kinetic hammers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that too. There's no primers or powder in this. I don't like this. Not at all. And then, there. Here, get that thing away from me. Let's hope we don't have to use that again.
All right.
Alright, so...
Okay, wait.
What?
I touched something. And now this index light is on, and all of the things on the screen went away. Should I just shut it off and start over? I don't know what I touched. It just happened.
Just happened.
Well, no, I mean, it just happened just a second ago.
I didn't know it was loaded. Alright, so we're having a problem here, trying to figure out our max soft seat jam, and it's somewhat because of the way these driving bands are shaped and stuff, but we finally got it. So we seated this one. What was the long number when we started?
4-4.
We seated it the whole way out at 4.466, and we closed the gun and we got 4.387. The issue is, look, we're only that much in the case. Now, I got a question. You're assuming that you're going to jump these bullets?
Yes.
Yes? But we have to have them seated out, touching, to blow out the brass. But when you shoot these hammer bullets, where do they generally shoot best? How far off of the rifling?
They recommend 20 thousandths.
20 thou, that's nothing. So do you realize, okay, this is, I'm hesitant to even say this. So guys do not understand this. A new reamer is an unknown. Even though you do the very best you can, and they do the very best they can, I'm talking about Manson, and you try to get all your measurements right, I would want that bullet seated down in there about 100 thou deeper. But you can't make the reamer shorter. You know what I mean? So whether this is going to be a problem or not, because look, so I mean we've got max soft seat jam right there, and the bullet's only because the part of the boat tail, it doesn't, the neck is not grabbing that. Are you watching this, Vicki?
I'm trying.
Okay, well that's what your zoom is for. We need this bullet the whole way down there. So it's not just that we need 100 thou, we need about we need 150 thousandths. 150 thousandths deeper. Put the freebore. Where's that print again? Here, bring this here. Oh, this is too much. This is too much. See this right here? The freebore. They're calling the freebore 0.352. Well, 0.352 is a crap load. That's a huge amount of freebore. Okay? That's a really big number. And these are our, of all the bullets we have here, okay, here, look, I don't know, I'm so frustrated right here now, I can't even speak. Of all the bullets that we have here, the 275 grain is the biggest one, is that right? Or do we have a heavier bullet than that?
That is the biggest.
Right, okay, so, it should go without saying, the heavier weight the bullet, the longer the bullet is, because the diameter is fixed. They're going to be all 358. So if we had some 300 grain bullets here, that would automatically put the bullet deeper in the case. So you'd be, this is a misnomer, you'd be taking up some of that freebore because you have a longer bullet. The issue is we don't have any longer bullets. And this bullet, I mean, this could work. I'm not saying this couldn't work. And, you know, like you said, you're probably going to be 10, 20, 30 thou deeper. It might be 50 thou deeper. So we could pick some of that up to get this bullet down into the case in a better position. The problem was, which we did this off camera and you guys didn't see. Here, come over here, Vicky. And that's why we're using that big camera. You need to really show them this stuff. So, okay? Look at the difference in them. This is the 250 grain Hornady bullet. This is the 275 grain hammer bullet. Well, when we tried to, and I'm going to maybe do it again just to show on camera, when we tried to put this in the case to find Max Soft Seat Jam, the bullet was only in the case that much. It wasn't even in the case a 1/16 of an inch, and we closed the bolt on it, and it didn't push the bullet deeper at all. So we got a real problem here, because you dang sure don't want to be blowing brass out with bullets that cost $2 each, right? These are $2 a bullet. And yet you have to have some way to blow that brass out, and I don't even want to go into, because I know one of the things you'd suggested before was the whole cream of wheat paper, you know, Kleenex, old rags, I mean, dirt, you know what I mean, wax. I mean, people have shoved everything down in a case to make it go bang to try to blow it out. But I don't want to do that. Is this Krieger or Bartlein?
Bartlein.
This is a Bartlein barrel. I don't want to be blasting cream of wheat post toasties up the frickin' barrel, right?
Do they really do that?
What?
Do they really do that?
Absolutely, they really do that. Vicky's like, what?
Yeah.
Let's put mashed potatoes in it.
Get out of here. We're going to do a couple more of these. Because at least we want to see if this is repeatable if we get this same number, right?
Right.
Because that will be our Max Soft Sheet Jam measurement. But how are we going to blow out the brass with these little short bullets?
They won't touch.
Right. The one thing I think we might do here in a minute is I actually want more neck tension. I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to want less to do this. But because of the way these bullets are shaped with these driving bands and everything, it's not like doing a burger. I might run some of these back in the die, push the necks back down, and not expand them up to see if we can get more resistance. Because when you're doing Max Soft Seat Jam, when you close the bolt, there should be resistance on it, so that you know that the cartridge is held back tight against the bolt face.
Right.
So that way everything blows forward, not that the firing pin hits it, because you realize this case doesn't actually fit the chamber yet. So you don't want the firing pin hitting it and driving this forward so that it blows rearward, right? So the firing pin hits it. If the bullet is jammed into the rifling, it holds it tight against the bolt face. The firing pin hits it, it lights it. This offers resistance as the pressure builds, and then it blows the case and blows the shoulder out, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So we want them tight in the chamber, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get them tight in the chamber with a bullet that's a little Mr. Stubby like that. So I don't know what we're going to do. Anyways, we're going to shut it off a minute. We're going to figure it out. And then we're going to do a couple more of these, and I'll show you closing the bolt. All right, so what we were just talking about, and we decided we needed to put this on camera, is the whole aspect of buying a new reamer and or designing one, or even just buying a Sammy Spec 30-06 reamer, is that all of these dimensions in some ways are variable, and especially the freebore measurement. So when you start with a brand, by the way, how much did that reamer cost?
$460.
$460 for that reamer, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a brand new reamer. He made dummy rounds up. You take your best guess as to what your cartridge overall length is going to be, what your comparator measurement is be, and what you're trying to do is put this bullet in the exact right spot in the case. Yep. Which, again, are you zoomed in, Vicky?
Yes.
That's the right spot right there. In other words, this is where it comes up to full diameter, 358. This is the boat tail coming up to 358. And you want that just in front of the neck shoulder junction. So this is what it would look like. Okay? That's where you want it. Now, if you look at those, you see how much taller this bullet is, how much further out of the case it is. Like it's considerably. It's about 150 thousandths of an inch out of the case. So almost 2/10 of an inch. The issue is when you do this, it isn't always right. So a brand new reamer is not, to me, anyways. It causes anxiety. I do not like brand new reamers. I like a reamer that I've built at least 2 or 3 or 4 guns with, because you'll start to. I have data packets over there, and say I'm building 30 nozzler. What you'll find out is, and say it's 30 nozzler with Burger 210. From gun to gun to gun, the cartridge overall length and the comparator measurement might only vary 5 thousandths. Well, that's just the difference in the lands, and there's so many things that can be 5 thousandths. So you might build 10 guns, and when you look at the data from all 10 of them guns, it barely even varies. And that gives you a huge advantage, because when you go to build the next one, you know exactly where to start. Mm-hmm. You know what powder charge, you know everything, right? You have all that information. Right now, we're in a kind of a bad way here, because even if we end up pushing this, say 10 or 20 or 30, say it shoots better, even 50 thou deeper in the case, it's still not deep enough in the case. Now, will it work? Yes, it will work, and who knows? It might shoot one hole. You're going to have way more case capacity, because we're not taking up, we don't even have, you can put powder in the neck, right? Okay, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal, and once it's chambered, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Right. There's nothing you can do. The reamer is the reamer. So what you would do then is now, and this is expensive, you would send this same exact print. Say you were just absolutely heck bent on doing this. You would send this same exact print back to them, because we know all the other aspects are working excellent, right? And you would say, look, this is .352 freebore. I want .200 freebore. And then he'd be able to do that easy. That's like no big deal. And they would regrind another reamer, and the bullet would be seated exactly where it's supposed to be. The problem is that's $400 more. Right. And pretty much the other reamer becomes, it's not junk, it's brand new, but what are you ever going to use it for? Right. Right. So the issue is here, we're going to have to talk about it. I'm assuming, what's your feeling right now? Because like I said, we don't want to blow out brass. We don't even have enough bullets to blow out brass at $2 a piece. Correct. Even if we did. Right. So what's your thought? What I need some bigger .358 bullets.
They don't make them. Nobody makes a bigger.
Nobody makes a like 300 grain one? No. Like a regular conventional cup core bullet? Nope. Because that's what I need.
That's why I got the Hornady, as large as I could find.
What is the big, that's 250s. Is there any conventional cup core bullet that's bigger than that?
No.
No?
No.
Wow. So we're like up, you know what, crick. And we are and we aren't. I mean, it will work. I'll tell you something, and I don't like jumping bullets, but these are copper bullets. The greatest thing in the world would be that this gun happens to like these jump to 100 thou. Yeah. Because if it likes that, then everything's fine. Except still, we don't have bullets to blow, we don't have anything to blow them out with. Right. Maybe. If I can sit one of these way out in the end of the case like that, maybe. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take one of these 275s, and I'm going to seat another one. You know what? Maybe I'll just do it. All right, so you know what? I'll use this beat up bullet. I won't use this one. So I didn't touch this, right? This is the same as it was. And it's going too easy. It's closing on that way too easy. And I don't quite understand that, because you normally, with a conventional bullet, even 1 thou grip takes a little bit of pressure to push them in. These are going so easy. All right, I'm back at that same measurement. Is it 4.466? Is that what it was? Okay, so that's the same exact measurement as that. All right, so would you get the gun, please?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to put this in here, and the idea is that there should be resistance on the bolt handle. So watch. Okay, and there is. It's not going. Okay, that's what you want right there. And then I could feel it. It's like it's jumping over those bands. All right. And these cartridges are so long. They bear. You know, listen, by the way, I should talk about building a single shot. Okay, look. See how big that cartridge is?
It's hard.
I mean, it's definitely not going to be a repeater.
Your hand's in the way.
Okay, would you hold that?
Yep.
All right, now let's see if we got the same measurement. So the measurement was 4387. So let's see where this one went. Look at that. And so that's how you establish max soft seat jam, because if it was any longer, it's just going to push it deeper in the case. So the number on this one's 4388. So at least we do have a number. Again, just so I'm being clear on this, come and show them again what the deal is here. The deal is the bullet needs to be deeper into the neck by about 150 thousandths. So we could blow these out with these, but I mean, that's not practical. Sending copper, $2 a piece copper bullets down the thing just to blow out brass. I mean, to blow out, that's just insane.
Yeah.
Right, so you're going to blow out 50 pieces of brass, that's $100 just to blow them out.
Ouch.
That's not counting the primer and powders.
Right.
So that's not going to work. So I'm going to have her shut this off. What we're going to do now is I'm going to run these back in the die, and I'm not going to expand them. And I'm going to see whether I can get these short little stubby bullets to stick tight in the neck, say maybe only that deep. If I can, well then we can still blow them out with these, but it's not going to be ideal. All right. All right, you know, we're going to show you this because you get to see the die being set up. So look, what I want is I want more neck tension. So we're going to run them back in the die, okay? So watch, I'll just show you. There's nothing in this die, right? Look right through there. Nothing in there at all. We took all the guts out of it, right? I put lube on the outside of the neck. All right, now I'm going to screw that in there just a little ways and watch. Run that to the top of the stroke, and then I'm just going to turn this down. Watch it now. Okay, right there. It just started to get resistance. So as I'm turning it down, it's moving down the neck, right? It takes a fair amount of pressure too. I mean, you're sizing the neck down as you're doing this. And at some point, it'll just hit into that shoulder, and that's it. You won't be able to turn it anymore. Oh, I think that's it. Now, let's put my shell holder. You should be able to see the mark on there, so I need my glasses. All right, Vicki, again, that's what that camera's for. Okay? Let me get a pointer. All right, now zoom that thing in. You see, this is all shiny, and right here's a line right there, and that's as far as the die will go. If you went any further than that, then it would start to bump this shoulder. Okay, so the die then is essentially set where you want it, and now we're back to the real small internal dimension here, right? We are back at 355. All right, so that's going to put a lot more neck tension, more grip on this bullet. I am not going to put lube on this bullet because we already know what our experience has been. So we want more tension, not less. So I'm going to take this die back out. What a pain in the butt. Okay, here, take that back. And this is the bullet seater. And I'm going to screw this in, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just set that on top of the case. Okay. Just set it on there, and I'm going to run that up in. Because I want to seat it as shallow as possible. And I'm just going to screw the die down. All right, I got resistance right there. Okay, so just barely started. Now I'm going to turn the stem. Okay, and I am not going very far. All right, so hold a bullet up beside it to see where you're at. And I mean, God, look at that. Look at that.
Is it dented?
Now it's all mashed. Anyways, we're barely in. We have to be a little bit more than that. That's not enough even to blow cases out. So we have to go a little more than that. Okay. All right, now I'll see where we're at. I mean, it's in there a 1/16 of an inch. All right, let's see, though, if it reaches the rifling. Okay, so record this number for me, which is right about back where we were. It's at 4.436, call it. All right, so I need the gun. All right, here we go. Well, see, I have some resistance.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're long enough, evidently. It moved, but it didn't move. Here, you hold the gun. It didn't move very much. Here, again, you can just hold the bullet up. I mean, it moved a little bit. All right, let's see what our number is. All right, it is 4.364. Now, show me those numbers for a second, because how did that... So it's close. What's our good number? This is our good number?
Yeah.
That's it? 4.387, that's these? Here. What were these? 4.387? Let me see. Yes. Actually, that one's 4.388. So that's our good number. When I say our good number, that's our established, yes. Write down 4.388. That's really what it is. All right, so now, we just did the same thing with this, and this is 4.364. Now, the thing is, that can be the shape of the bullet.
Right, because it's coming. It's
the way it goes into the rifling, right? So how the bullet is shaped. So the smart thing to do here is, and of course because you have to have at least two to know whether it's a consistent measurement. So I gotta take this back out. Give me that die back. At least we know we can get to it. What a pain in the butt. Okay, so put this back on here. Take another case. You know what? I might as well just do both of these. Oh, it's not easy. Alright. And so I can see that the line is in the exact spot, which it should be, where the other one was. Put a little on that one. Run it in. Alright, so we got two more that are neck down. So here, take this back.
But as far as I am aware, no one makes a bigger,
Well, that's really a bummer.
heavier, outside of custom. How about that?
Yes. Okay, so there it is, right there.
I don't know. Maybe Spear Grand Slam. Got one?
No?
I don't know. They might be the only ones that would have something larger for their for their big
Oh.
Grand Slam series. Well, your comparator. So 4.364 was what we put in the rifle. That was that one there.
Okay, but when we put it in, what was it? 4.436. Is this the long measurement right here? 4.4.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yes.
Right, so okay.
And then it moved it down when you.
Right, so look, all I'm trying to do is start
Yeah.
at about the same point.
Yeah.
So it just so happens this is 4.433, so I'm close. You don't have to write that down. What we need to know is if it's going to push it the same amount, right?
Yeah.
All right, so look, that's all the deeper. Where are you at, Vicki? That is all the deeper we are in that case.
Wait, let me look.
Barely in there, okay? All right. Are you watching? Okay, so there's resistance right there, definitely. Okay. All right. And now what we want is, it'd be ideal if these two are the same. All right, so the one I just did is 4.364.
Exact.
Exact number.
Yep.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yep, it is 4.364.
Exact.
All right, so really you don't even need to do the third one. So we have two of those with the 250 grain bullet that has the exact same comparator measurement. And we have two of these. Now wait, so that's something interesting. So, but I would say that's the shape of the bullet. So with the copper bullet, it's 4.387, correct? Is that what you have down over there?
Yep. 3.7
Okay.
and a 3.8. Excuse me.
Yes.
3.87.
4.388.
Yep.
Yes. So 4.388 on those.
4.364.
And 4.364. So 6.4, 7.4, 8.4, 24 thousandths difference, approximately.
Yep.
But again, if guys are wondering where that's coming from, see, look how different those bullets are shaped.
Yep.
One is very tapered and one is very blunt. And so that's where that discrepancy is. And that's one of the reasons why that when you're, this is kind of important, when you're trying to find max soft seat jam, you really want to find it for the bullet you're going to shoot, because that's the number that you need to start from. And so, again, the whole point of this is these can't be any longer. If they were longer, it would push the bullet down in the case, and that's why that you establish max soft seat jam. Although in this instance, that's not even what we need to know is where are these bullets hard up against the rifling. So look, they're still though. I mean, look at that. Come and show that, Vicki. Here, look.
All right, give me a second.
What's the best background to hold it up
Focus.
against?
Mm,
Okay, so here. Watch, I'll line up the...
wait, hold on.
There, that's all the deeper it is in the case. Not very dang deep. It's only in there maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe. I wouldn't say. I'd say only about 200,000. All right, so we got our numbers now. So then the thing is, what do you think? Blow them out with these anyways?
Yeah.
You realize we can stick a whole lot of powder in there if you want. I bet you these will go really fast if you want them to, yeah. So anyways, all right, so we got that established. So just for the heck of it, since I have it, I'm going to do this one too.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Might as well do it because the die's already set and everything. I mean, again, just for a visual representation, in your gun, in the chamber itself, pretty much this is your freebore.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And look, it's huge.
Huge.
See, it's not normally like that. Normally it's like about that long. You know, most cartridges, most of the chambers I deal with have free bores that are like .100, .150, maybe .2.
Mm-hmm.
For almost any of the bullets and cartridges that I use, very rarely is anything over maybe 225. That's about it. Well, what'd that say? That's 325.
350.
350. See, that's huge. That's gigantic. Anyways, so wait, I didn't get the number. It should be the same. Yes, it's 4.433 or 4.434. So give me the gun back and see if we get the same dang number again.
There you go.
Wow. Look at that. 4.364. That's the number, isn't it?
It is.
Holy cow. So we have 3 of them that are identical. That's normally there'll be you got to realize 1 or 2 thou is a very small measurement. And usually there's a little bit of variation. They're identical. All right, well, so we have our numbers. So now the next thing is primers and powder.
Mm-hmm.
And then seat these bullets.
Correct.
In all these cases. Are we actually going to load that many? Are we going to blow that many out?
We don't have to. We just whatever.
But we might as well, since we're loading them, we might as well load them anyways, right? In other words, when we go out to shoot, if they all go through the same hole and we shoot 20 or 30 of them, say 40, that's all we need then to jump to these bullets.
Yes.
Right?
We just need enough to jump to the 275.
Right, to get to the other bullets. And so, again, for guys that don't work with Wildcats, I should say that on camera here. How many additional grains of powder are you assuming is going to go in the case after it's blown up? What are we going to gain?
I'd have to look at the number, Scott.
You just have an idea?
It's going to the powder capacity will go to 120 grains over standard 375 rum.
What's standard? Do you know?
Like 110.
So you're going to gain about 10 grains of powder.
Probably, yes.
So that's not quite 10%. It's going to be like 8% or something.
Yeah.
So 8%, that's actually almost worthwhile. You know what I mean? All right, so that's where we're at. We're going to do bullets and powder next. So all right, so we put powder in, how many we got? 84, right?
84.
We put powder in all 84 of them, and I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. We use 78-28 super shortcut. I don't think I'll say the amount.
Yeah.
But here's what we did. You know, we're like, how much should we put in? I don't know. Just fill it up. No, not really. Here, come over here and look.
That looks good.
See, maybe Vicky, because she's got this cool camera. See if you can see inside there. Can you? It's actually pretty well filled. I'd call it. I don't know.
I can't hit that little button.
You have to push that little button.
Holding it like this. Let me see.
There. Can you see in there?
Yeah.
You got it?
Cool.
Anyways, it's I don't know. It's what, 80-85% full, I would say. And we are using these 250 grain interlock bullets. These things, they have 0 boat tail on them. I mean, it's a flat base bullet, but that's how far they're going to be in the case. So, then we're just going to take them and shoot them and blow them out. We thought about just going to shoot them all and shoot them at rocks, but you know, I kind of want to see. Just, you never know, they might shoot good. So we're going to put bullets in all 84 of them, and then the next thing we got to do is go blow them out. So that's where we're at.